Okay, we are live. Hey,
Yay.
Rosalie.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey, thank you for joining me. I know we're doing a live broadcast, so this is really exciting. My very first YouTube video, and this is basically going to be a session with you on how to virtually cut my hair. I
Yeah.
have been, as you know, because you follow me, and for those who don't know who are following, Rosalie and I have known each other for going on, wow, girl, what has been like nine
Yeah,
years?
like 9 or 10 years, I think.
Close to 9 or 10 years. I met Rosalie on set um, in Wisconsin, and we have worked together. She's absolutely amazing. You have done some great, actually, one of my favorite shoots. Actually, you know, when my hair was like super curly,
Yeah.
that really futuristic photo shoot
Mm-hmm.
that we had, and I'll post some of those too, just so people could get a
Oh,
good
good.
idea.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know, obviously, with the pandemic and people quarantine now, and people having issues with being out, doing their natural day to day, cutting hair is one of the last things that we think about, but it's absolutely I feel like a necessity, because everybody feels better when their hair, when they're feeling sharp and they're looking good and whatnot. But unfortunately, you can't go to the to the salons anymore, because everybody's in fear of this pandemic. And so I'm so happy that you're here with me, because you're gonna teach, or not, I would guess teach.
Yeah.
They teach.
Well, I can tell you kind of about the services.
Yes, please.
So I personally, before all of COVID and everything was happening here in the United States, I fell last February on the ice and injured my knees and had to have surgery and was in the hospital. And I ended up coming home the day that the stay-at-home order went into place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been recovering with these knee injuries so I've been kind of locked inside because of that. And then everybody else in the world is dealing, with the things that are happening. And so I had to think of a way to support myself and take my business in a different direction, because it's just not accessible for me right now to be standing all day behind the chair and working in that capacity. And then there are people that are, fearful and wanting to stay at home and be safe and all of those things, which is really important. And you're right. Like, doing your hair right now is something that it just makes you feel a little bit better about yourself, and being able to do it yourself through this kind of service, really, you get the great feeling of having a good haircut and where you feel like you look good. But there's this like unexpected component that has been really exciting, is that a lot of people are like, they've never cut their hair before themselves. And so could be something where you're like, oh, I might screw it up, or I don't know. And in the past, you've had like go to the salon, maybe do it at home and watch a YouTube video where somebody else is cutting hair that maybe isn't your texture, or you don't have, like, you have fine hair and they have thick hair or whatever. This is a real customizable service. So this haircut today is completely customized for you and your hair. So the people that are watching can kind of get an idea of how this works. But if your hair is different than Jess's, I would suggest different things for you. So it's like an alternative to get the look that you want.
Yeah. It's so funny that you said that, because, well, people who follow me know that I typically just go crazy on my hair. I have no shame when it comes to that. I'll watch a YouTube video and I'll just like start snipping and doing all this stuff, because you just get that. I get that ink,
Yeah, that itch to like make a
yeah,
change.
I was like, I need a new look. I need to cut. Need to look different. I'm looking a little drab. So yeah, I cut my bangs myself that I'm not very happy with, but we'll hopefully fix them today.
We will.
And my hair has gotten so long. Like my hair used to be like here as of last year. So I'm looking to you know, to chop things off. I have everything that you've asked for. So one of the things that Rosalie asked me to get prior to were these shears, right? So we got cutting shears, and you could say like why these in particular, Rosalie?
Yeah. So I wanted Jessica to have texturizing shears with the little teeth in there for a couple of reasons. Because when you use a shear that has like a straight edge, it creates a really blunt, solid line. And that is great for if that's what you want for that haircut. But for what we're doing, and when you're doing something at home, using a texturizing shear, it's so much more forgiving. So instead of taking a scissor and just like cutting it off and the hair falls, this cuts some hair and leaves some behind. So there's a little bit of a softer look. So that's one thing. I'm trying to like eliminate any possible things that could go wrong. So that's one reason. The second reason is because it creates a softer line at the end, it makes the hair lighter and it gives you more body. And with you like doing photo shoots and all of the work that you do, the more body we can have in your hair and the more volume is great. So that it just really works for your hair texture too.
Yay. So I want to acknowledge everybody who's on right now. One of our amazing friends, Abby. Hey, Abby.
Yes.
She is
Hi,
a
Abby.
photographer extraordinaire. We've had her on shoots as well. And oh yes, we're excited too. And this is Rosalie is the best. So we have some friends here too.
Hi, Jackie.
Also, welcome to Brandon. Thank you for the love. Everybody, you're going to watch me either do good or
You're going to do good.
Not Rosalie's fault.
No, not on my watch. You're going to do really good. Don't worry about it.
So I got this shears. I got the this actually came with the shears, so I'm like really happy that I got something like this. But I also have this if need be. I have a brush if need be.
Okay.
And you said clips. I do. Okay. I have 3 of these as directed. So we also have clips. You said to part the hair.
Yeah.
So
all right. So before we get started, let's just talk a little bit about your hair. So when I'm doing these virtual services, it's the same as if we were in the salon. We would have a consultation and talk about what's working with your hair, what you're not really liking. You know, you mentioned a little bit about the length. So where you wanted to sort of rest on your body, all of those things. So can you tell me just a little bit about your hair and what you're looking for today?
Yeah, my hair is typically, I would say medium to fine. I mean, if you look at it right now, this is about it. And I feel like this isn't a lot. I mean, definitely not thick hair. I struggle with body in my hair. I got it everywhere else, but for some reason, the head is not working with me. Yeah. So a lot of the stuff that I typically do, especially because, you know, I'm still modeling, and every once in a while, it's really important for me to stay not super consistent, but pretty consistent with my, you know, before look. My look usually is about like 2 to 3 inches shorter than this and layered. It's been so long that like my layers it's pretty much gone down to one. Cut my hair and then I automatically looked very, I don't know, very 70s. It gave me that like 70 bang look, which is, I mean, it's cute. It's just not my thing. So, but I typically, when I do my layers, it's like this, but it's feathered a little bit more. So like, I just looking for more, layers that are framing for the, that are framing my face, and just kind of, I typically go with things that angle my face so that my face doesn't typically look so round, and it just kind of layers to shape my face.
Yeah. That sounds great. And then I know you recently cut your bangs, and that's why I reached out to you about this. But are you
totally out? She's like, oh, "What are you doing?" No.
No, they look great. But I just, when you mentioned that you were thinking about cutting the rest of your hair, I was like, okay, let's let me help you.
I have been the girl who just watches a YouTube tutorial, and I'll be like, oh, okay, and then I'll just do and then just kind of point cut and call it a day. But for people who don't have, not say the guts, because that's not the right word, but who might need a little bit more of that push to say, I can cut my own hair. I feel comfortable because I've messed up. I've done my hair so many times that I've messed it up. It's looked good. It's looked bad. But I always know that hair grows, and it's so flexible. You could fix it. I could have and right now with COVID, seriously, I could have it in a ponytail for the next 3 months, and probably nobody really care, or wear extensions, whatever. I kind of know that. But for the person who doesn't know that, what would you say? Do you need a specific type of experience for this?
No, you don't need to know anything. You don't need to know how to do hair really at all, and you don't have to retain the information. So our time together is really I'm focused on you, and I'm breaking everything down in really, really simple steps. So we're going step by step, and I'm telling you exactly what to do, where to part the hair, what hair to pick up, and what we're focusing on, how to hold the scissor, all of that. So as long as you listen to me and we're connected, and you follow step by step of what I'm having you do, it turns out pretty much exactly as if I did it with my own hands. It's a little bit of to me, it sort of feels like a virtual reality game. I'm playing it and directing you to cut the hair that I see. And that's the thing too, when you mentioned about people watching YouTube tutorials and then trying it on their own, you're focused on one specific thing. So because I've done hair for a long time and taught hair cutting, I can look at your body position, how you're holding the hair. Because if you hold the hair down versus over to the side, it's going to lay differently when we're done. So I'm looking for all of these subtle things that it's kind of too hard to do if you don't know, because you're really focused on oh, I'm just cutting this piece of hair.
Got it. That's and so do you also do this for guys? That would be the other question.
Yeah.
Because obviously the girls have the long hair and whatnot, but
and it's this is a gender neutral service. It's short hair, long hair. It doesn't really matter. If you're doing hair that's really short, sometimes we might need to have somebody assist and do the haircut for you. Because your hair is a little bit longer, you can fully do it yourself. But one of the great things about this virtual haircut service is it's a fun thing. Couples that have been kind of locked up inside with each other, it's a date night activity too. Something where as long as you're having somebody you're already in close contact with help you do this, I can walk them through step by step in sort of the same way. And then you get the experience of, it's different than sitting in a salon chair, but you don't have to be focused on your own hair. So right now, the setup that Jessica has is she's able to look at herself in a mirror, and then I'm looking at her through the screen. So that's what I recommend for if you're doing it for yourself. You need all of the tools and then to be able to see yourself in a mirror. But if you're having somebody, a friend or family member or whoever you're in close contact with already, do it, you don't need the mirror. They can just follow the instructions from me. So
Okay, awesome.
that's like
Yay.
a little.
And that's really cool about the whole date night thing.
What was that?
I said it's really cool about the date night thing. I think that that's a really great way for couples to, you know, we're always struggling with different date ideas, especially I'm cooped up with my husband. He's like working in the other room right now. And so it's kind of like, oh, what are we going to do now that isn't the same, you know? So that's a cute little way to kind of connect with your loved one and kind of have it a date night or whatnot. I really like that idea. Yeah. All right. So I feel like I got everything. I got the shears, the mirrors in front of me. We're set.
Perfect. So can you just tell me one more time, like lengthwise, where you're feeling, because just sort of show me on your body versus telling me inches, because everybody's inch is a little bit different.
It's different. You know what? At this point, I don't mind. I would do, let's start with long layer. I'll just do the safe bet and do long layers. If not, I'm going to be like, let's chop it all off. You know, I'll be like, I want it here. You know, so I would definitely go like, right, if I'm here, I kind of want to be like right above, just enough. Like right, a little bit longer than my shoulder, maybe an inch off the shoulder. Where it lays and, you know, obviously the layers can be shorter. You know, I want to kind of keep a little bit of that length. Okay,
sounds good. So we're going to start by sectioning your hair. And so where you have it parted right now, is that typically where you have it parted?
For the most part, I do this, and then I also just kind of do, you know, at times, but these are like my two main, like here or there.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to have you take your comb and part it down the middle.
Okay. We take the comb. We're gonna.
Can you hold your camera up just a little bit so we can see like the top of your head just a little bit more? Thank you.
Good. All right. So we are going into a part. Good, nice little.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then I'm going to have you take from the back of your part, just where it kind of naturally falls. We're going to go from there to right behind your ear, and we're going to section off the front piece. Yep, that whole section. Perfect. That is, what a beautiful straight line you have. You're doing.
I like this. I like, this is.
Yeah. So I'm going to have you not twist it a ton, because when you let that go, it's going to have texture to it, and we don't really want that. So you can just kind of leave it kind of in front of your ear and then put your clip. Yeah, just so it's, well, can you do it a little bit more so that it's just not, that the hair is not kind of hanging in your face? You can kind of flip the ends up, but just not twist the hair.
See, we're already going through. Okay, so we're here.
Yep. And then just twist that hair up so that the ends are to the top of your head. Oh. I just don't want you to like wrap your hair around your finger a bunch of times like you did. There you go.
Like that?
Perfect. You got it.
Guys, so, if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. And part of this too is just like talking and like figuring out what your communication style is, and it might take us a second, and that's totally okay. So then we're going to take your comb and do the same thing on the other side, and we're just going to split that section up the same way.
Same thing.
So from the part to right behind your ear.
Right?
Yep. Beautiful. That's great.
I'm a professional parter.
You are. You're doing a really great job.
Yeah, that's me professionally parting my hair. This is fun. Okay, this is like, there's a lot of, what do I do with all of this?
You just want your ends out of your way so that they're not distracting you.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and do like a horizontal part along the back, like as if you were doing a half up, half down kind of ponytail. But we're gonna do it from the top of your ear
Okay.
to the top of your ear on the other side.
Got it. So we're
You can use your fingers if you want. That's easier.
perfect. So we're gonna do you want to see the back of my hair right now?
Yeah, if you would just kind of turn around to show us.
I don't know. Did that work?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
That looks really good.
All right.
So it doesn't have to be like completely perfect. We're trying, what the purpose of doing the sections is so that we have less hair to work with at a time. So can I have you kind of tighten up yeah.
See, this is why it's always better to have a virtual helper, because I would be all over the place with this. Okay. So
there you go. That's great.
Perfect.
There. Perfect job.
Ta-da.
Looking good. Okay, so then we're going to take that whole back section and I'm going to have you split it in half vertically and bring it over your shoulders. So we're just like making it into two halves. Perfect job. Okay. And then now can you tilt us a little bit down so we can see your ends?
You can see my boobs. Got it.
Yes.
Oh, whoa. Wow. I was showing you a lot of boob action.
Well, I made Jessica change her shirt really quickly because she had a dark colored shirt on and I couldn't see the difference between her hair and the shirt. So I was like, and that's okay too. Like if, when you book a virtual haircut, I will help you with those things. Like if you're in an area that's just kind of dark, like in your kitchen or something doing this, I'll tell you like, hey, I can't really see. Like the purpose is like, I need to see what you're doing. So if I can't see it, it's not gonna work. So, and we just adjusted. She put a different color shirt on. So it's great.
So I apologize ahead of time for those that I am offending with the boobage. So my views are gonna go up.
No, that'll get us more views. That's good. No. Okay, so great. Now that you have those like two sections, can you just tell me, because I know the cameras kind of flip things and I'm not sure what YouTube does, which side is your right side and which side is your left?
My right. It's opposite, right?
Okay, yeah. It is.
This is my right.
Okay, great. Can I have you take your hair that's on the left side and just throw that behind your shoulder? Perfect. So we're going to focus on your right side first. And we're going to do the cut that kind of determines our length.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you do is just comb through the hair. Make sure that there's no tangles or anything in there. Oh, perfect. And then I'm going to have you just let it sort of lay naturally against your body. And we're going to take the texturizing shear. So you don't have a different scissor near you, right?
A different scissor?
No, I just making sure that you wouldn't pick up the wrong one.
Oh, no. This is the only thing next to me. Correct.
Okay, good. Just wanted to double check. So yeah, that's perfect. So what we're going to do is with your hair resting against your body, and you can see yourself sort of straight on, right?
Yeah.
So just, make sure you can see yourself. And I'm going to have you keep your head nice and straight because I already see that you kind of tilted a little bit and that makes a difference. So this is working already. So, and you can go to the area where you would like the length to be.
Okay. And cut it?
We'll just put the scissor, like put the hair in the scissor.
Whoa. All right.
Okay. I want you to leave that hair against your body. So can you move it back again and sort of like put it sort of straight down over your breast? So do you see it's kind of off to the side?
Oh, yeah, it was off
straight down.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So that, yes. Okay. Got it. Yes. That's straight in front.
Yep. So now just go to the ear. Yep.
There.
And then this is going to feel a little different. It's kind of like a chomping sort of sensation because there's little teeth in there. So I'm just going to have you go and like do a little cuts.
Okay, now?
Yep. Right now, you're good.
And I don't pull. I don't have to like pull.
No, don't. Just
Don't
we're
pull.
letting it kind of rest against your body.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a chomp.
Yep. So just keep going. You can, yeah, you can just
So that it
your hair.
Wow. When I tell you the anxiety, girl, that is.
Okay. Well, you can stop and then take your comb and comb through that section.
Is it all?
There's gonna be some hair comes out and some stays. See? No, that's really good. That looks great. You're doing a great job. Okay, so now you can see where there's still some long hair.
Yo. I'm sorry, Rosalie. Does everybody kind of like freak out about this when they see this?
I mean, everybody's different. I think you're animated and that's wonderful.
Thank you for that word. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. For some reason, so I just want to say, when you think that this is like, well, this is still long, now I'm like, oh my gosh, this feels short. But I mean.
And I actually it's a little longer than what you were saying, because when you said an inch below your shoulders, this is probably 2 to 3 inches below your shoulders.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's why I mean, like saying an inch is not really, it's like where you want it to rest on your body. Okay, so great.
Okay.
Now let's take this, just kind of move that hair again.
Yeah, move it.
Again, straight down on your body. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can see where the shorter hairs are, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go right to that area and do a few more chomps. And then just keep the hair against your body because you're kind of lifting it off of your body. There you go.
Is that good for me to do just like that?
Yep, that's great. There you go.
Woo! Yo. All right.
Perfect. And then we're going to keep it still against your body and just get those little hairs.
Okay.
Perfect. Look at it. You did so good.
I like the encouragement here. Thanks, everybody. Be like, you can do it. You can do it. Don't freak out.
No, it looks so good. So do you see, when you like feel it and kind of run your fingers through it, do you feel any little like straggler long pieces in there?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
I can see. So
yeah.
Just keep chomping.
Yep. Just get those little bits. Yep. Perfect. So I'm asking you to do new things. So the first time it is going to feel a little nerve-wracking. You might have a little anxiety, but look at you already. You're like going just fine.
Yeah, I typically, when I cut my own hair, I typically would not go this short because I'd be like, I'll mess this up so quick. But I'm like literally just saying I'm gonna do this because you're watching me, and I'm like, this is, if I mess this up, you would know what to fix.
Right.
Wow, that feels so much better though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everybody can see, but it's a straight line, but there's a little variation on the ends. Like it's very slight. There's just a little, and so what that's going to do is create a lot of movement when you are just like moving your hair around. If you curl it, it's going to have more bounce and more separation towards the ends instead of being like kind of heavy on the ends. So there's a lot of benefits of using a texturizing shear, and especially in this environment, it really works great. So yeah, that looks really, really good. So then now I'm going to have you take the other side and bring that forward.
Wow.
Yeah. So there we go. We can see the difference.
That's the difference right here.
Yeah.
This is what, wow.
Good. Okay. So we're going to go just kind of the same thing. Straight comb through it, make sure there's no tangles.
Okay.
Well, everybody's excited, saying it's looking
No!
good.
Yay, everybody! I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like after. This is gonna be so great.
It's gonna be great, yeah. So now this is the important, well, the whole time your body positioning is also important. So I'm just gonna have you kind of keep your head nice and straight, looking straight ahead. And then can you move that hair just a little bit more over to your right? Yeah, so it's kind of straight down. Perfect job. So now you can see, just put your scissor right in where you think that it's about the same length.
Yeah.
Can you move your hand just a little so I can?
Like, would that be a better?
No, you're fine. There. Okay. Yep, that looks good to me. So just start giving it a little chomp there. Now this side you have a little bit less hair than the other side, so it should, and you've done it once before, so it should go a little faster and be a little easier. But I'm going to have you comb through it. Great job. All right. And then when you go to do this time, let's just make sure that your scissor stays really nice and straight across.
Got it.
Yep. Beautiful. You can move the hair a little bit more towards your right. Yeah. And just make sure it's against your body.
I'm about to cut my shirt.
Oh no. Great job.
Yay, that looks relatively even.
No, it looks really good. So then let's just clean up those little schnibbles.
Okay. I've never worked with shears like this before.
Yeah. It's a little different, the first little bit, but you'll get used to it and really, I think, like what the results are. Yeah, that's great.
Yay. Okay. All right. I think this also, crazy enough. Why is this one not seven? Okay. Crazy enough, it's also not making as much of a mess.
Yeah.
On the floor. So
that's good. Yeah, look at how great. Really good. So because your right side is thicker than the left side, it looks like a little heavier there. Yeah. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to take and sort of split that right side into two sections.
What do you mean right side, my left side, or your right side?
But your right. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So can you take the hair that's like sort of split it into horizontally so that you have the hair that's closest to your body, like closest to your neck. I'm going to have you split it the other way, like horizontally.
Oh, got it. Like
you can just even grab it with your finger.
Like
half of it. Yep, there you go. Perfect. And just kind of tuck that hair up, or can you take a little less or leave a little bit more down, I mean?
That's it?
Yep, that's great.
Okay, so you want to take this up?
Yeah, just section it away for a second.
Okay.
Okay, great. So now with this section, I'm going to have you do something that's going to feel really awkward to you at first, but I promise it's good. So I'm going to have you take and split it again in half, and now you can do it vertically. So the hair that's closest to your face, yep, that hair.
Uh-huh.
You can drop the rest of it, yep. I'm going to have you take and twist that hair around your finger. Perfect.
Like that? Or around my finger or like this?
Nope, just like that.
Okay.
So now this is going to feel a little weird, but like I said, it's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to texturize and add some internal layers into your hair. So I'm going to have you take the shear,
Okay.
and we're going to go like near where the top of that twist is, like where the top, at the top near your neck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go just a little bit below where the twist is.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you just do one little chomp right there. I promise it's good. Don't worry about it.
Just one chomp? Like
Yep.
a legit chomp?
Yep. But instead of doing it straight across, I'm going to have you angle the tip of the scissor up towards the ceiling. There you go. Perfect. And just make sure that it's far enough away from your cheek. I just don't want it to get you.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. It's
Okay.
not anywhere near.
All right. And then do one chomp there.
Okay.
I promise it's good. Don't worry about it. Okay, great job. And then go just above your fingertips.
Uh-huh.
And let's do one there. Okay, and then where the ends are hanging out,
Uh-huh.
let's do two on the ends.
Like this?
Yep,
Same angle?
yep. Do one there and then one a little higher. Go one a little higher than that. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to have you comb through, and you're going to feel a lot of hair come out.
Yeah.
But what we just did was create a lot of internal layering. So you're going to have so much more body and volume. It's okay. Yeah, keep going. And it's going to create so much movement in your hair. See, look.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
It's fine.
yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
And what we're also doing, yep, so not a ton of hair came out, but just a little bit. And it creates just a lot more movement, and it's balancing out the two sides because you have a little bit of less hair on the other side, so we need to take a little hair out of there.
Okay, got it. Oh, look at you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then can you take the hair that was also, there's another section behind you, right?
Yeah. This one.
Yep. Okay.
I added in now.
Nope. We're going to keep that separate and twist that. Nope. You could grab it again. Nope. You're fine.
Okay. Twist it.
But I'm going to have you do it in front of you on the right side.
Twist it in front of me? Like
how you did before. Yep.
The same thing. You want me to do the same thing with this section?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. So we're just going to twist that just like a couple of times. Doesn't have to be a lot of twisting. Okay. There you go. Okay. And then we're going to do some more chomps.
Okay.
So I want you to go near the top of the twist.
Mm-hmm.
Right in there. And let's do two there.
Two.
Okay. So that's what I mean about this being customized. Like, I don't recommend you guys trying this on your own without me watching. Because I'm having
area.
Yep. You can go a little lower.
Here.
There you go. Do one there. Okay. And then we're going to go like towards the ends, like just right underneath your fingers.
Underneath.
Yep. So not totally on the ends, but yep, right there. And let's do like two there.
Okay.
Beautiful job. Okay. And then you can comb through that.
Wow.
How are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie. It's a little nerve-wracking because these, obviously when you say take scissors to your hair, it's really weird because it's like I'm like chopping off you assume that you're chopping off all of that hair. All of that hair. And I mean, like, technically it's little, but it still feels like a lot, but I'm not seeing I'm really not seeing like, oh my God, I just messed up my hair. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm experiencing. It feels like I am, like I shouldn't be doing that, you know? But it looks, I mean, I don't even see where it chomped.
I know. It's magic. My clients, like in the studio when I'm working behind the chair, everybody refers to them as like my magic scissors, because it's like it takes a regular haircut to another level.
Yeah.
So now you can kind of see, before the right side was like a little bit thicker and it like seemed like it was a like tiny bit longer or felt like a little heavier. Now, when we're looking at it after we did those like twists and chomps, the right side has so much more movement, and you can already see there's like a little bit of a bend. Most people have some wave to their hair, but their hair's been cut too bluntly on the ends, so it doesn't move. It doesn't have any life to it. This creates a lot of life and movement in the hair.
That's amazing.
Because do you see, even when if you go like this on both sides, you can see that side doesn't move as much as the right side.
Yeah, but it feels so, that feels so good. This feels really good.
Good. So now we're going to do a little bit on the left side, not as much as well, let's get into it. We're going to do some.
You want me to separate it as well?
Yep, we're going to just separate that. This one we can just do in half.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much hair. There you go. All right, and then we're going to twist that.
Okay.
And I'll have you do one little chomp towards the top of the twist. And at an angle.
When you say top of the twist, you mean above the twist or at the twist?
Where it first starts twisting. So so where the twist actually is. Yep, perfect. Can I have you take the tip of the scissor and just point it towards the ceiling? Yep, perfect job. And let's just do one little chomp there. Great. And then can you go above your fingers? And let's do one there. And then I'm going to have you hold that hair up a little higher, like just so you can have more of the ends dangling out. Perfect. And let's do like two little chomps, one near your finger. Yep, great. Just be careful of where the tip of the scissor is. I just want to make sure you're not getting your fingers. And then one right at the ends. Beautiful. And then can you comb through that section for me? Great. That looks really good.
It's so weird because it's like I see all of this hair and it's like I didn't think I had this much hair. I'm like, I know this is, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's really good. So then we're going to take the section that's behind your shoulder. And let's twist that one.
Okay. Twist it.
And on this section, I'm going to have you hold it out away from your head. Yeah, perfect. So you can see a little bit easier. And I'm actually going to have you go above the twist. So like in the hair that isn't twisted. So closer to your scalp.
This one?
Yep, right there. And let's do one there.
Just like this with the angle?
Yep, that's perfect. And then I'm going to have you go in between kind of the middle of the hair. So down just a little bit lower. And let's do two there. And then go a little lower. Yeah, there you go. That's great. And do one there. And then let's comb through that. Beautiful. It's really satisfying to me to see the hair come out. I don't know about you guys watching, to see it kind of just, cut off is like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not much different than when I take a shower and wash my hair.
Right.
I'm just like, whoa.
All right.
That looks really so light, to be quite honest. It feels very light.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying about the texture of your hair. You need to have a little bit of that like variation on the inside.
Absolutely.
If we pull all of the hair down to one length and we cut it bluntly across, it just hangs at that line. So what we're doing, so my haircuts tend to grow out really well because there's so much variation. There's so many, like the short hairs help to support the longer hairs. So it gives you fullness and gives you just like movement and all the like sexy hair, like all of the things we want.
Yes, I want sexy hair.
Yes.
Put this there. This wrong. Okay.
All right. So, and I think you took a section from the right side and twisted it up and put it in a clip, correct? You didn't take that down, right?
Which part?
There should be like a little piece that you put up in one of the clips from that side.
No, that was a part that we did already.
Okay, that's okay. I thought there was like I had you put a little section up in there. At the beginning.
My
the
bad.
top layer.
I probably cut it with this.
Okay, that's fine. We'll see it if it comes down.
Yeah, I don't think it did, but I think I took it down with it.
Did you? Okay.
Maybe it was part of the instructions that I couldn't. Good. This is good. See, because this is what happens on a regular, you know, people just kind of don't hear. But yeah, I don't.
That's totally fine. So that looks really good to me, and it looks like it feels good to you, right?
Good. Yeah, it definitely feels good.
Yeah. And it looks like there's a really nice balance to it. So on your right side, do you see right at the tip, it's almost like a corner of hair. Can I have you go like from your ear sort of straight down?
Here?
Yep. Like, so the hair that's like right below.
I mean, what do you mean? Like,
that's okay. Okay, look at yourself sort of straight on.
Oh,
do you see that there's hair that kind of comes like right, if you follow your neck, like the line of your neck, straight down into your hair.
Into my hair, like this?
Yep, just bring your finger all the way down to your hair.
Oh, there.
There. Here? Now to your hair, kind of come straight down. Down. Down.
All the way down?
Down, yeah. So the corner, the hair that's closest to the other side.
Got it. Okay, that's sorry. I'm not.
You're okay. You're okay.
So
I'm gonna have you pick up a piece of hair.
Basically here, from here to
that little piece of hair is what I wanted you to grab. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So just pick that chunk up. Yep. And then I'm gonna have you twist that one.
The whole way.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go, can I have you hold, like move your hand up the hair strand so that there's more dangling out the bottom? Yep, perfect job. So now I'm gonna have you take the shear and we're gonna do a couple chomps into that piece of hair.
Okay, where we're at?
Towards the ends. So, and I'm gonna have you angle your scissor to point to the ceiling. Yep, perfect. And let's do like 3 chomps right there.
3 at the very end?
Yep. Yep, perfect. And then can you do 1 chomp that's closer to your fingers?
Here?
Yep. Let's do 1 there. Perfect. And then comb through that.
Seriously, I didn't think I had this much hair. I'm like, what is that? What are we trying to cut? I mean, what are we trying to cut?
That's great. So I don't know if I probably should have pointed it out to you, but I didn't want you to lose that piece of hair. So what I was looking at is when all of that hair was laying flat, there was a little corner of that section that was just a little like thick.
Oh, okay.
So I can see it. You probably didn't notice it, but now that it's gone, it looks a lot better to me.
Okay. And this is the crazy part because as a hairstylist, you can see that even when you're doing the Zoom with me, I'm like not noticing it. But when you told me to do it, I'm like, oh yeah, that feels better.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's my cosmetology training or if it's my like intuition based stuff, because I'm also intuitive. So there is a component where it's like, I just feel like it's not right yet.
Yeah.
So,
but I also think that in the because you know, you and I are in that industry where we're trained, like your eye is trained after a certain time period. When I first started modeling, every picture looked like a modeling picture. You know, everything was like editorial style, and oh my God, this is a beautiful picture. I want to shoot like this. And as you train your eye, you're like, look at that, and look where that hand placement is, and look at here.
Oh, the hands,
And those are things to a natural eye that people don't typically notice. So I think it's a little bit of both on your end, for sure.
That's the thing. It's like, I'm not concerned about determining which way it is, but it definitely, I'm sure it's a combination of both.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're going to do a little bit of that on the left section as well. Because do you see, like, because you're right-handed, when you cut the right side, you're cutting towards it, and that little corner didn't have as much tension as the other, like the outside part of that section. So it was a tiny bit longer. But on this side, you were coming from the right, going to the left, and it made the right, like the first chunk a little bit shorter, and then it went a little bit longer. So it's so subtle that for somebody else, they probably don't care, wouldn't think about it. I care, and I want every little piece on your head to be perfect. So
I get it.
So a similar thing, I'm going to have you kind of take that, the hair that's closest to your neck, kind of just go straight down.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a little bit more hair than that. So some of the hair that's like still on your body.
More?
Can you take, just grab a little bit more? Yeah, that's good. And then twist that. Perfect. And I'm going to have you grab it up higher on the strand so you have more dangling out. Perfect. And then we're just going to do a couple little chomps in it. Can you move it so it's like in front of your skin? Or, yeah, there you go. And I'm going to have you go like halfway in between the ends and your fingers. Perfect. Right in there. Yep. And let's just do 2 there. Great. And then comb through that. Oh, yeah. It just gives a softness. Do you see the difference?
I totally see. It's so crazy. I totally see the difference. I don't know if y'all can see the difference on, like, maybe would it be easier for us to go a little, because we have it like this. Would it be better like this for you, Rosalie?
Yeah.
I should have been doing this the whole time, I guess.
No, that's great.
Y'all can see a little bit more, but that would be great for the other.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that's the thing, when I'm doing this with clients in their own home, it's a similar thing where, you know, we're over Zoom or FaceTime, and I always tell them, like, I get closer and closer to the screen because I'm like looking at what you're doing, and it's like, I'm sure then they're focused on the hair and not looking at the screen. And then when you turn around, it's like just my eye.
They're saying this is wild to watch and satisfying.
Yeah.
Someone said, Junior said, keep cutting, this is fun.
Yay.
Maybe they're hoping that I mess up. I don't know.
No. I think everybody is good vibes.
Good vibes, guys. Yeah, this is a better camera angle. Sorry, I didn't think of it earlier. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. So yeah, that looks beautiful to me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take another like maybe inch section from that back stuff. And we're going to do it straight across, like horizontal.
What you mean, like whatever's clipped already?
Yep, what's clipped in the back.
What's clipped in the back. Okay, wow.
You can just drop it down.
Just drop down the back. Okay, you're going to be able to see how much oh my gosh, wait. Now I'm like, this is a lot of hair. I thought we were almost done. Oh my gosh.
It's going to go faster. We spent a good majority of the, I think it was like a half hour we were talking.
Yeah, just kind of talking about it. Okay, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I still have more hair.
So your hair was cut before where the top section was a lot longer than the underneath. So it looks a little bit more like we cut more hair off than we actually did.
Oh, but I still have all of it. It feels like a lot.
It is a lot. Okay.
This is a lot of hair.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, but
so okay.
By the way, for those people who don't know me, Rosalie knows I'm like extra. I'm extra dramatic. But it's some people would say passionate, other people would say crazy. What did you say I was, Rosalie?
What word did I use? Animated.
Animated.
Yeah.
Animated. That too. I'll take that. All those.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna. Is that here on your right side in the front? Is that coming down? Yeah. Just reclip that.
Okay. Because this not because I have right.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
It was kind of getting a little droopy, and I didn't want it to fall anymore.
Agreed.
In the process.
That section.
Got it. There you go.
So I think the flipping part is like a little harder to flip because I didn't think. Yeah. Sorry. Is that good?
That's fine. That's perfect. So I'm gonna have you take the hair kind of like a half ponytail, but up higher. So like we're gonna split that section into half.
Into another half?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
You can probably just use your fingers. So yeah, just like
right there.
Yep, that is perfect.
Okay.
And then just put that top stuff out of the way. Great. And then we're going to split that in half vertically. Perfect. Yeah. So it really, when we section it like this, it's not going to take us a ton more time. It's just seems like there's a lot of hair. Okay. So with this, let's just start on the right side.
I'm going to take this off. I think people know who we are already. Can I take this off?
Yeah.
I don't think I can take off our names though. Darned it. I was hoping that maybe you would not be able to see our names, but that's fine. Okay, because I felt like maybe you needed to see more.
Oh, to see it.
So yeah, the name is kind of like taking space. I'll go back.
It's okay.
A little bit.
I think it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do a similar thing. I'm gonna have you just comb through that right side. And if you want, you can just throw
the right side.
Throw the other hair behind your shoulder just so that you don't have to, yeah, there you go. Okay. Perfect. So you can see the guide of what's, has already been cut. So we're gonna go near it. We're gonna go just a tiny bit longer than where you're at. Just a teeny tiny bit longer. Because typically I find people, okay, so go up a little higher than that. There you go, right there.
And chomp?
Mm-hmm. And then do like a couple chomps there and then move the scissor up a little bit and do a couple chomps. And then down a little bit and do a couple chomps. There you go. And then just comb through that section. Let's get out some of that hair. Everybody seems to like this different camera angle. So that's
good. It's so surprising because it feels like when you cut with these shears that you're like literally taking everything off and it does not.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Great. So when I'm saying to go like a little bit higher and a little bit lower, it's to create that variation on the ends even more. So we're adding even more movement in. So I want you, just again, kind of go
Down and up.
Couple a little lower, couple a little higher, but we're within probably, I don't know what measurement that is, like a couple centimeters. Yep, and then a little bit lower, perfect. So it's all just about creating movement in the hair. Oh, that looks great. You're doing such a good job.
Thank you.
Perfect. And then just kind of, you know, comb through it, feel with your fingers if there's any like long, sort of scraggly pieces hanging out, but there should just be like variation. Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that feels
really good. So now when you do it like that, do you see in that sort of corner area, there's just a little bit of length there? Can you go towards that corner?
here.
Yep. And just do a couple little chomps there. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, that looks great. So good. Look at how soft and like beautiful that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, great. And then we're going to do the same sort of thing on the other side. So you can bring the other hair from your left forward. And you can just sort of toss the hair that's on your right shoulder behind. Yeah, great. Okay. And a similar thing. So I'm just going to have you, yep, keep your head nice and straight. I feel like you're tilted a little bit. Yeah, there you go. You're good. And then we're going to go just a little bit below where we cut the, yep. Let's do some there. And then go up a little higher. Perfect. Yep, just kind of move around all in that section. Beautiful job. Then, yeah, let's comb through it. Hi, Jennifer. She said, look how quick that went. Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like after a while, you just feel a little bit more confident with that scissor.
Yeah.
So
I'm asking you to do new things. So yeah. It's natural for there to be a little apprehension, but you're doing such a great job.
Thank you. And I think that ultimately
so, but I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to have you bring that hair closer to your neck, like move it over to your right a little bit more. There you go. And then leave it against your body. So like, yeah, even kind of move the section over the shorter hair. There you go. Yeah. Great.
And then the same.
Yep. Yep. That's good. Can I have you straighten your head out? There you go.
Yeah.
Tilt the top of your head to the left.
The what?
Tilt the top of your head to the left just a little bit. There you go. Yeah. You just, I think because you're looking in the mirror, you're tilting a little bit to the right. And so I just want you to straighten out. You're great.
Wow. I didn't even, the fact that you can see that like on a video is really awesome. Okay.
My former coworkers in the salon used to just roll their eyes at me because I'd always be telling my clients, like, okay, you have to uncross your legs, sit up nice and straight, like put your chin this way, but it all makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with these scissors in particular, I was saying like it's a little nerve-wracking at first, but then you realize that a cut, one snip doesn't really take so much off. So it's like, okay, I feel better about making this cut, you know, because if I cut and you're like, nope, move your head or whatever, it's like, oh, I didn't just chop everything off.
Right.
But
and that's what I was trying to like say at the beginning, but now you have like the physical experience of it is like, if we were using just like a regular straight edge shear, then if you sort of hesitate or anything or cut at a different angle, it's like, oh, well, now we're locked in to what that is. This is more forgiving. Oh, that looks so nice. Looks so pretty.
Yay, I like it.
Yeah, there's a ton of movement in your hair. It looks really good. So we're going to do some more of those like twisting and chomping.
Okay.
I'm going to trademark that.
Twist and chomp.
Yeah, twist and chomp. It's like, it's just what it sounds like and what it feels like. So that's why I started calling it. But
you said chomping noise, because as soon as I cut that, the noise was enough to be like, no, I'm not doing it. Anybody who was to do it without, the direction, they'd be like, what did I do?
Yeah. It sounds scarier and it looks scary and it like feels scary, but it's so not. It's so gentle, but it's just,
Absolutely.
So that's why I was like, okay, just trust me, because it's going to feel really awkward, but it's good. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to have you kind of grab just like a section in through the back, like right there. Yep. Just grab it. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted you to grab. So let's twist that. That's enough. And then I'm gonna have you hold it straight out from your head. Great. And then take the scissor and we're gonna aim the tip of the scissor toward the ceiling. Yep. I'm gonna have you go close to your scalp. So just trust me on it. It's good.
Like here?
A little bit over to the left, just a tiny bit. Yep, right there. Okay. Let's do 2 there.
2 there.
It's gonna be good. Okay, go closer to your scalp.
I'm gonna clip this for everybody to see, but like I completely took out all my hair.
Yeah.
There.
Go a little closer to your head. There you go. And then I want you to angle the tip of the scissor towards your other hand just a little. Like so it's at an angle. Yeah, perfect job. And let's do 2 little chomps right there. Beautiful. Okay. And then I'm going to have you come to the middle of that piece of hair. So a little bit further towards your hand. And then angle the tip of the scissor towards your hand. Beautiful job. And let's do 2 there. Okay. And then can you move your fingers down towards the ends of your hair a little bit more? Perfect. Let's stop there. And I'm going to have you go right above your fingers. You can go a little closer to your body. There you go. And let's do 1 there. You angled on your own. Perfect job. And then I'm going to have you go closer to your fingers. Are you frozen? Okay. And then do 1 and 2.
I'm being super precise because this is my hair. Yeah. So like I'm not moving.
Nope, that's good. And then just do 1 right there. Perfect. Great. And then we can comb through that section. Oh, Abby has a virtual haircut coming up with me, and she said she was already excited, and this is making her even more excited. Beautiful. Yeah. Look at that. That feels like a lot, but really
it does. It really does.
It's going to make your hair look so much fuller. It seems counterintuitive. We're taking hair out to make it look bigger, but I promise you it works. Yeah, that's beautiful.
When I say like how good this feels, it's like I thought my hair was thin, but
no, you have wave to your hair, and most hairstylists, for I don't know what reason, have a really hard. They like cut it like it's straight hair, and we're cutting it with the intention that there's going to be movement and space. So now that there's space, your natural wave is going to be able to sort of perk up on its own. And so I'm so excited for you to like wash your hair and let it air dry, like, because it's going to have so much body and movement.
Yay, I'm excited. Just by you saying that, I'm excited because
Yeah.
that's exactly how I feel. Like it just feels like dead weight almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like really cutting the hair for the texture that you have.
Awesome.
So just by you kind of moving it around, I can see that I want to do a little bit more. So can you take a section that's closer to your face? So just kind of grab a piece of hair. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what I wanted you to grab. You're so good. And let's twist that. And then we're going to go close to your scalp. So this one is going to be the closest one we've done so far. So it's going to feel really awkward, but I promise it's good. So, and this time I'm going to have you angle the scissor toward, like the tip of the scissor toward the floor. So it might be a little easier for your hand. There you go.
Like there? Like this?
Whatever is comfortable for you. Just be careful to not get by your ear.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And let's do one there. Great job. Okay. Can I have you bring your arm back around the other way? I just don't want you to be uncomfortable. Okay. And then we're going to go towards the middle of that strand of hair. And then just tilt the tip of the scissor towards your hand. There you go. That's great. And let's do one there. And then closer to your fingertips, let's do one there. Great job. And then let's comb through that section.
It's like people are saying, don't cut your ear off. Yeah, you know, I'll probably make sure that my ear is not. I think I feel if my ear was in that, but or anywhere close.
Right. And I'm watching for it too. But yeah, so so now there's more space in between all of that hair. So when your hair naturally, has a little bit of body and a little bit of wave to it, you're going to get a really soft, pretty wave through there.
Yeah, this is so amazing because we're cutting, and I feel like we're cutting so much. I see that we're cutting a lot, but it doesn't look like I'm really cutting a lot. It's weird.
It'll actually feel and look thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels amazing.
Good. You are doing such a great job, and it looks really good.
Yeah.
So I think that looks great to me on that side. So then we're going to do the other side. And we're going to do just a little bit of texturizing through there. So this one we don't have. So that's the other thing too, is like on different parts of your head, there's different thicknesses in the hair. So on that lower part, Jessica has more hair on the right side than the left side. Now in this middle section of her hair, she has more hair on the left than she has on the right. So it's just, we're cutting for your texture. We're also cutting for the density of your hair in the different areas of your head.
Got it.
That's what I mean when I'm saying like this is a customizable service. So like if you guys are watching and you're wanting to do it on yourself, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would prefer if you book an appointment with me. I can give you one-on-one.
If you're doing that to book an appointment with her.
Don't just start twisting and chomping on your own.
I mean, I'm going to say I'm one of those that just twists and chomps, and that's perfectly fine because it gets you through wherever it gets through. Hair grows. Totally. But I can honestly tell you that just by going through this with you, like I would have never thought. And it feels, oh God, I can't even explain how it feels right now because I wouldn't be able, I don't think I would have gotten the same, I know I wouldn't have gotten the same thing if I was just going through a tutorial, you know?
For sure. So I'm just going to kind of point it out for everybody that's watching and for you. So now that we did the left side, when you're putting your hands through, it feels really good. Everything feels connected. You're like, okay, this is great. Yeah. And then when you do the same thing on the right side, you can feel, you get kind of stuck. And there's that feels like this doesn't like right there. Yeah.
It's a very different, that's why I'm saying like it's such a different feeling when I kind of go through my hair on this side than when I go through this, or even from cutting my own hair where I would just, like you said, twist and chop. It just feels so much better. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
And I love that you are putting your hands through it, because that helps me to be able to see it and helps everybody else to be able to see it. That it's like, yeah, you can just see it all like fits together and like makes sense. And there's movement. And then on this side, when you do that, when you drop, it just kind of like limp sort of feeling.
Yeah, it feels heavier. It feels, even though the two should feel like they look almost the same, this one just feels heavier, and it doesn't flow as well.
Right. And this is such a great example of what I was talking about, of creating space in between the hair so that it can, you know, your wave can come out and everything like that. When you're pulling through the right side and you see it sort of kind of, I don't know, plop down, there isn't that movement. It all kind of comes together in one lump. On this side, there's just there's like freedom in between the hair. On this side, when you do it, see, it just kind of like plumps down.
Absolutely.
It's just
a question, because Abby asks, so is the differences between the thickness of Jess's hair due to previous hair cutting Jess has done, or and regular hair wear? Or
that's a great question, Abby. There's a couple of different reasons. So one is just like how her hair is distributed on her head. So like the density of her hair changes. And this goes for everybody. Like there's one side of your head that has more hair, and what we've just saw is like there's different subsections within the head. Like if we were really looking like at Jessica's scalp, we could see like there's, we don't need to do that, but we could see that there's just more follicles in certain spots. So that's like genetics. That's, you know, there's nothing to do about that. But if you're cutting hair just standard straight across everything, and you do everything the same on every piece of hair, it's not as, I don't know, good or like but doing it for each section and kind of changing our approach for each section makes the most. It like optimizes what your hair can do. So there's that portion. And then her previous haircut just was cut more bluntly. So we're creating separation, we're creating movement in the hair that was previously cut more bluntly. So this is one approach to creating internal layers. So that's what we're doing. So layers typically that people think about are like, oh, there's a section here, there's a section, and it's on the outside of the hair. You can see it's like boom, 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 boom. What we're doing is creating internal layers all the way on deep into the inside. So that creates so much more movement. And then like when she styles her hair, when she curls it, the curls, like, I don't know if you've experienced this before, if you curl your hair and it's kind of like tendrils in sort of chunks. Oh, they're a little piece there.
Yeah, I'm not cutting with.
Okay.
Please. Look at how she was just like, wait, what are you cutting?
What's happening?
Literally like a really long piece here that I needed to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This just, when you curl your hair and then finger through it or comb through it, because there's shorter and longer pieces, it's not going to be like one chunk of a tendril. There's going to be so many different things, and it creates a better look, or a more modern look is what I should say.
That's exactly what I feel I have missed in a lot of my previous cuts, has been that, because I typically do like the looser wave or like whatnot. And you always see like the different, the different levels and like the pieceiness. And I always say I want it to look piecey, and people don't like really get what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's building the foundation in the haircut so that your styling just looks bomb. You know, like we want it to look really, really great. But if you don't have a solid foundation, you can only go so far.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, okay. So I do see like one little long strand there. Can we just cut that off?
That I was moving everything to the front.
I think some of it, yeah, and it's just coming down from the clip and stuff too. So that's fine. Okay. We're gonna get them all. And then we're gonna do the same thing, kind of just grab and naturally feel where you feel that sort of thick chunk on that side.
In the back.
Mm-hmm. Just sort of grab, yep, right there. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly the right piece. So we're gonna twist around your finger.
Thank you for everybody who is still here and watching.
I know.
Cut and Rosalie direct. This is like awesome. And please keep on asking questions if you have questions for Rosalie, because this is like super educational.
Well, thank you. And thanks. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for hanging around with us, because we're doing a lot more talking than typically, and I'm doing more explaining, you know, just talking to you guys. But typically the virtual haircut appointments take about an hour. So we talked for half an hour beforehand, and we're talking a little bit more in between. So that's why it's taking a little longer. Okay, so we're gonna do a similar thing. I want you to go close to your scalp on this side.
Where am I? Here?
So like above the twist.
Here.
Yep. And then can you angle the scissor toward your hand? A little bit more, like the tip of the scissor towards your other hand.
Would it be easier for me to just do it with my right?
You can try. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't, yeah.
No, with my right hand. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
perfect.
It's a little harder when I'm like trying to look into the computer versus like the actual mirror in front of me, which is why it's important to know, guys, that I have a mirror in front of me. I'm not just doing this on the Zoom, like, and just looking at myself, although I am a little bit, but.
Yeah. So let's do 2 there. Okay. And do 1 and then kind of go up a little higher and do the other one. So when I'm asking you to do like multiple ones, let's, you know, just kind of shift that little bit so that it's not like exactly in the same spot.
Got it.
But you're doing so great. All right. And then let's go in the middle. And let's do 2 there.
This angle right there?
Mm-hmm. Perfect angle. Great. And then just above your fingers, let's do 2 there. Yeah, thank you.
Wait, I feel like it didn't chomp, but maybe it's the way that it was, that I had it.
There you go. I think that's good. Okay. And then can you move your hand? Yeah, let's do the ends. Let's do like 2 little chomps kind of in the middle of that.
Here?
Yep. Yeah, if you could, you can just look at it. That's fine. Perfect. And let's comb through that. It might help to start on the ends to comb.
Longer. Ooh.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, that looks so good. And it's like there's movement in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So, and now just kind of feel through that section with your hand and see.
Yes. That feels so much better.
Good. And then we're going to go the hair that's kind of like in front of your ear or a little bit closer to your face. Yeah, let's grab that. We're going to twist that. All right. And then we're going to go near your ear, like kind of close to your head.
Mm-hmm. Near the ear here?
Yep. Let's do 1 there.
Cool. Is that a good angle?
Perfect. Doing such a good job.
Okay. That was
and then like right below where the twist starts. So a little higher than that. Yep, let's do one there. Can you do another one there? Perfect. And then just above your fingers. Can you go a little higher or a little closer to your head? Yep. Nope,
Good.
right there. That's perfect. Let's do two there. Okay, and then can you comb through that? Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's just like you don't think that you're doing anything, and it's like all of this hair that just comes off.
Yeah. No, you're doing so good. Oh, that looks so good. It's so much better. Like it just kind of.
Oh yeah.
You feel the difference?
It feels so great. I just want to give everybody the update on how much I'm putting this on the side. I'm on a desk, but I want to show you how much I've cut so far. This is everything, and I still have two more pieces. Although my hair typically is a lot lighter up here, so yeah.
So this is like all of like real, length stuff that we're taking off and taking. Yeah. But look at how beautiful that lays, and it just moves really nice.
Oh, it feels so great.
Yeah, that looks beautiful. So let's take the top clip in the back and just drop all that hair down.
I forgot that I still have this hair. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you might just need to comb through or brush through that section.
Just to kind of make sure that I have this. Let me actually brush it. Perfect.
Brandon said that this being the first YouTube video, it's entertaining. So
thanks, Brandon. I love Brandon. He's one of my favorites. He's been very supportive. Thank you, Boo. He's amazing. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. See, so there's not that much to cut.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all kind of like in the back. This is so. Okay.
So we're going to do the same thing, kind of part it down the middle and bring each side forward. Yeah. And now we can really see what I'm talking about. She parted her hair. It's like even, half and half. And there's more hair on the left than there is on the right. So every section, it kind of switches for how much hair that you have. And then you can also see the difference so it doesn't matter like the length of the hair, but how it was cut before. It wasn't cut with this like customizing thing for the different sections. So you can see that her left side is a little heavier. There's a little bit more hair there. So often, like, I keep going back to curling your hair, but I know you being on set and different things like that, the stylist might be struggling on the left side a little bit to get the curl to hold or to get it to look as nice as it does on the right, just because it's a little heavier on the left.
Yeah.
It wasn't balanced. So what we're doing is really balancing your whole head.
Yeah. You'll see it. Once you get to the top, I'm like super thinned out here. And it has been from just years of styling and, being in a chair, blow drying, like all of that stuff. My hair takes a beating on set. Yeah. So
for sure. Yeah. So let's put the left side back and then just do the right side first. And then, just have you kind of comb or finger through that hair. So we're just going to take that little section that's a little bit longer and we're going to trim that right off. So do the same thing, kind of keep it against your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hold the ends, just don't pull, like leave barely any tension.
Got it.
Because that also changes. If you held it really tight and then the next section you didn't hold it as tight, it would change the length of it.
Yeah, got it.
Perfect. And just take those little guys off.
So it's really crazy because now, like, I obviously feel a little bit more comfortable with these. So, like, I'm still, I guess when you said don't retain information, but like,
yeah,
I'm in the mindset of, like Rosalie said, to cut down and then a little up. So now I know that, like, when I'm cutting, I kind of go a little higher, then a little lower. Like,
yeah. I just mean that I don't expect anyone to retain it. Like, if the next time you need a haircut is, 2 months from now or 6 months from now or something like that, I wouldn't expect you to know and just like sit back and let you do it, like I'm still going to be actively telling you, and I don't expect you to, kind of keep track of that. But that's beautiful. Look at how beautiful.
Yay, that feels so good.
So good. All right. And then we're going to do more of like the layering and stuff for that back section after we do the front. So we're done with that now. And then we're going to bring your other side forward. Perfect.
There was a lot more hair on this end.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So similar thing, I would bring that hair closer to like the center of your body. Yeah, there you go. Can you still see where the shorter bits are?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we just want to keep an eye on that guide. Perfect job. We're just removing that length. Great job. You're doing the chomps kind of up and down. It's perfect. So good.
Right.
I love that you have like a little pile of hair. You have to take a picture of that later.
To see,
And then I'm just going to have you, keep it against your body.
Wow.
Looks so nice. Yep. Great job.
Yeah, and some of these are a little bit shorter because I did have like layers in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so some of them are like uneven because of just like the layers from the back. But yeah, they look great.
So that is great. So then let's take the hair on your right side. Let's take that out of the clip, out of the front.
Oh,
we're moving on.
We're moving on. All right. To the right side of my hair. Let's see if this is. Woo! Wow. I'm looking a mess.
I just am going to point out, because that's why I was concerned about just like twisting her hair before, because it would kind of create those kinks in there. And then that can sort of change the length of the hair, but she's pulling it out and it's going to be fine. But
would you prefer me to wet this a little bit or no?
No, it's fine. It's just like when you really had it twisted around your finger and then you were going to clip it up, if you had done that, it would have been really have kinks in it. This is fine.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So yeah, there isn't going to be much to cut as far as overall length goes.
No, because a part of this is like my bang, and so I got a good amount of this prior.
Right. So I'm going to have you bring some of the hair that's behind your shoulder.
Hold on a second, because I feel like I see this. Like I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I cut this because I saw it and I was like, ooh.
That's good.
All right. Good.
Abby said twist and chop.
and chomp. It feels like almost like the bend and snap.
It totally
Twist and chomp. And
right.
twist and chomp.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So then I'm going to have you bring some of the hair that we already cut that's behind your right shoulder. I'm going to have you bring that forward again, just so that we can see it as a guide. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, that's brilliant. So we're just going to take the hair, kind of let it sit where it is, and we're going to just cut the length off.
We still want it to be like that even, right?
Yeah. Perfect. Oh, it's going to be so good. I'm so excited for you to like.
Oh my, to style it? I am so excited. I will definitely be styling it as soon as I get off and posting it on Insta. I have a couple more videos that I'm going to be doing on the channel. This is my very first YouTube chat.
So exciting.
So what better way than to do it with you, Rosalie?
Well, I'm honored to be here with you, and you're doing such a great job. Look, I mean, that looks so good already, and it's going to look even better. But just like combining that with the rest of her hair, you can already see the shape that's in there and everything. Oh my gosh, so good.
We love it.
Yay. So good. And yeah, we're going to keep, layering and kind of blend the bangs together into everything, but it already looks so good.
I feel bad. I didn't tell my agent that I was doing this. Hold on. Right now, the industry isn't really like doing too much. So I doubt that this would affect.
No, I mean, this is very similar to the length that you have in a lot of photos and stuff. So.
Yeah, I've definitely had this length before, but I wanted to make sure that before I, with modeling and everything, you have to take new headshots and you're constantly updating your portfolio. I'm like, I need to cut this before I do any more pictures. So
yeah. And I can already, like, the hair that you're sort of getting stuck on is the hair that we're going to layer. So it's just really cool. Like that, where you see that, that's just like a long piece that we need to, blend in, but you can feel where it doesn't quite feel like it's out of place.
It does. It feels out of place. You're right.
Yeah. So you can let the left side down.
Rosalie, someone said they want their bangs to look like yours.
You can have them. Let's set up a haircut. Virtual haircut.
She will give them to you.
Yeah. My whole, like this whole top section of my hair is really pretty short.
Yes.
And then my hair goes all the way.
That is what I didn't even notice your hair was that long. Yeah.
And so, but I cut my own hair, and I cut my entire head with the texturizing shear because I also have like wavy curly hair. Yeah. And so I need the space in between to let it curl. Yeah.
And FYI, I'll give you all the link to these shears because they were super inexpensive. It comes with the comb and everything. So one-stop shop. Yeah. This is it. This is the rest of it.
Yeah. So we're going to bring that hair from behind your shoulder forward so that we can see our guide. Beautiful. Look at, you look so good already. All right. And then we're just going to go in and remove the length on this.
Got it. Okay. This has a little bit of a wave to it here.
Yep, that's okay. We're just going to, some of that is kind of bouncing up a little bit. So we're going to cut some of that a little shorter. So I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I would still just let it kind of hang. I wouldn't, you don't need to pull it.
You wouldn't like pull or tension.
No, we just want it to kind of hang. You can hold on to it, but just don't use any tension. So you're like a pro at this now. So
I have
there.
no fear.
Look at
No
it.
fear anymore. There you go.
Great job. Oh, that looks so pretty. And yet now that we see all the hair cut, it's very even, but it's not like it's just totally cut off, like blunt. There's some variation in there, which is soft and pretty and sexy. It's got all the, all the good words. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you take kind of like a horseshoe section through the top of your hair. So you can use your fingers if you want, or the comb. I want you to go a little further back. So like even if you just comb the back part of your head straight forward.
Oh, like to the front?
Yep. So we're going to do our layering and kind of blending everything together. So you can bring a little, even more of the hair that's in the back of your head, just a tiny bit more. Yep. And bring that forward.
Whoa. Feel like Cousin It right now.
You're going to feel a little Cousin Itty, but but it'll be good. Okay, great. And then I'm going to have you just take the comb and do like a line from the back of your head towards, we're making like not down the middle, but on either side. So like if you want to start on the right side or the left side.
Like that.
Yep. And then come forward.
You want me to go straight down the middle?
Nope. Pick a side.
Oh, like here? Like this?
Yep. There. And then come towards like your temple. Yep. Beautiful. It's a weird thing to describe, but that was perfect. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side.
Okay. Was I here?
Yep. Like towards your temple. Okay. Yep. And then can I have you just clip that top section up?
Well, like this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Wait. Hold on a sec. All right. All right.
Okay. So now we're going to take the hair that's right sort of behind your ear or right at the top of your ear, and we're going to bring that hair forward. Yep. Yep, that whole section. So I'm going to have you comb that forward in front of your face.
Like this?
Yep. So this you might do better, like actually looking at the hair versus looking at yourself in the mirror.
Okay.
Because can you see the hair when you look at it in front of you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is bring it over your nose, like move it. Yep. Perfect. So now I'm going to have you take and hold on to the ends of the hair.
Should I do this so you can see it?
Yep. Just go down all the way to the ends. Mm-hmm. And can you feel how much tension you have in the hair right now?
It's
just
a lot.
Be aware of it. What?
It's a lot of tension, or?
That it doesn't matter. I just want whatever tension you have here, we're going to replicate it on the other side.
Got it.
So just kind of make a mental note of how strong you're holding the hair.
Got it.
I'm going to watch for it and tell you, but I want you to kind of connect to what I'm asking you to do. Mm-hmm. So now that it's over your nose there, I'm going to have you go hold it down towards the tip of the hair a little bit more. Go down a little longer or a little closer. Okay. So above your fingers, that's okay if the hairs that are shorter kind of fall out of there, that's okay. So I'm going to have you pick it up so it's over the tip of your nose a little bit more. Nope, the hair, not the scissor. Like pick it up off your face. So that, like, lift it up over your nose. Okay. So that it's like not touching your nose.
Oh, got it. Not touching my nose. Got it.
But just over. Yep. And then, but pull it over to the left a little bit more. There you go. That's exactly it. So can you bring your fingers down to the tip of the hair? There you go. So I'm going to have you take the shear above your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to angle it a little bit more towards your face. But kind of come down a little bit more. Yep. There you go. And then just chomp right there.
Just once?
Nope, we're going to chomp all the ends off.
Oh, all of them.
We're making face framing layers.
Got it.
Perfect job.
Face framing layers.
That was great. So do you see it goes from shorter to longer?
Yes. Yes. I see.
So it's just subtle.
Very.
You don't, I'm guessing this, but we kind of talked about it at the beginning of this. We're just doing real soft, pretty.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
great. Yeah, you can see it
yeah.
right there. Just subtle, just a subtle little layer.
So, but that's why I'm having you kind of hold it in a certain direction, because when you hold it that way and you hold your scissors that way, then when the hair falls down, it is going to lay the way that we want it to. So that's when I was talking about like body positioning, or like how you're holding your head, or where you're holding the hair, like if you're holding it against your body or if you're holding it out, it changes the shape of the hair.
Absolutely.
So that, I know it's like an awkward thing to like put it over your nose, but it creates the line that we want it to have. And it just is a soft, pretty little layer. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take your hair from right behind the ear. So you might need to take just a little bit more on that side. Can you, the hair that wanted to come forward? Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to have you comb that in front of your face. And we're going to do the same thing, kind of over the tip of your nose towards the right. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to go above your fingers. Yep, at that angle. And just chomp away. Oh, can you put the tip of the scissor up towards the, there you go. There you go. Beautiful. Hi, girl. Look at it. You did it.
Looks so good. Oh, I could, yeah.
You see it?
See it, yes.
Beautiful.
I'm wrecking my brain on trying to figure out how to create something like this when I cut my hair, because it's like, you're right. The layer, it's all about how
the angles you're holding it and everything. That looks so nice. Okay, so now what we're going to do is with the top section, I'm going to have you do just like where your bangs are, but a little bit further back. So like maybe an inch from your scalp to like here, like where the flat of your head is. And we want like a straight across line. And we're going to leave the front stuff out, and we're going to keep the rest of that section in a clip. So, hey, before you take that out, oh, you already did, but that's okay. I'm just going to, can you kind of clip that back up? I'm going to have you take all the hair that's down and clip that back. So then if we lose some of that top stuff, it's okay. You'll know where it is.
Got it. Got it. Whoa. If y'all have like questions too, feel free to ask. All right.
Okay.
And the last inning.
This is the home stretch. Yeah. So we're just going to do from your hairline an inch back, straight across.
So here, should I just let this down?
You can if you want.
Okay, because you're talking about kind of like this area, right?
Yeah. So what I would do, just let it kind of be down. There you go.
Be
And
done.
then,
Let's see. So this is my part. Okay. So this is the hair in the part.
yeah,
We're talking about an inch or two, like that good. Let me see.
that looks good. Maybe no, that's perfect. That's perfect.
And down
And
like this?
yep, that whole thing. Yep.
Okay.
And then you can kind of clip that back stuff away.
Okay. Put this away. Down this way. I do have like little pieces of hair that are stray there. Okay.
And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Perfect. Great. Yeah, that's brilliant. And then just clip the hair out of your way.
Hair out. This is where you'll see the mishap of my bang.
Well, when you posted the Instagram story and you just kind of like moved it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
They look good. Like,
That's all.
yeah.
I tried, but
They look really good. You did a great job on your own. There's just like a couple little pieces.
okay.
That's it. So I'm going to have you comb all of that hair straight forward and down, kind of over your nose. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you hold it like in your fingers like this. So just combine all of that hair together.
You're good.
Yeah. And this is one of those times where it might be easier for you to look at the hair in front of you versus looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So can you lift your hand up a little bit so that so we can see the hair? Perfect. So what I'm going to have you do is your hand or your finger needs to be like pretty straight across. Yep. That's great. So what we're going to do is like just below that center part where it's short, we're going to do the sides a little bit shorter. So we're going to kind of
top higher.
Yeah. So can you bring your fingers down just a little bit? There you go. So we're going to, anything that's hanging out on the bottom, we're going to cut that off.
Okay. So just like this right here.
Mm-hmm. And then do the same thing, kind of chomp up and down into that. And then you might need to just like readjust your fingers to get if there's any little pieces.
How much tension on this?
You're doing a great job. That looks good to me. This is vital. We can't mess this part up. Yeah. She
I messed up my bangs once. I mean, bangs. There you go. Is that good?
There you go. Yep. That's great. So then can you comb through that? Because so now they're a little bit more balanced, but there's still a little bit of like a thick section on the left side. Do you see that? Like kind of in the middle?
Here.
So
this is where I naturally have lost a lot of hair. It used to be a lot bigger, but yeah.
And that's the thing, like when you've had some hair loss or, that can be hormonal or stress, there's a lot of people right now during the pandemic that are losing hair. And that's something I plan on making videos about, talking about like what you can do to help stimulate your scalp and grow hair back and all those things. But it feels counterintuitive to cut it shorter or to cut, take some bulk out, but because people are like trying to hold on to what hair they have in those sections.
Yeah.
But really by trimming it and kind of putting some shorter pieces in, it really creates more volume than anything. So it's a really good thing actually. So I'm going to have you take the center of that section so you can let the sort of side parts go. And we're just going to do just the middle. Okay. So like a 1/2 inch on either side of your part.
1/2 inch on either side. Like here? Like these?
Yep. And then just tuck that behind your ear, the hair, the other hair.
Does it matter how high up I go?
Nope, we're just the whole section.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great. And then, yep, just tuck that stuff. And then now we're gonna work in here because this is what I saw on your Instagram live was that there was that thick chunk. Do you see it like when you're looking at the ends?
Yeah.
The right side has a lot of variation and it goes short to long. The left side is like a little bit too thick and then goes a little bit too long. So we're gonna balance that out and it's gonna look great. So what I'm gonna have you do is hold the hair up even a little higher so you have more dangling out of your fingers. Yep, great. So we're gonna go where it's the thickest on the left side. Yep, I'm gonna have you go right up near your fingertips with the scissor. Can you come from the other side? Yep, there you go.
Like the whole thing? No.
Nope, I'm gonna have you angle the tip of the scissor down. Yep, start up there, but can you go up into the hair a little bit more? Like closer to your fingertips?
I'm about as high into my fingertips.
Okay, and then go to your left a little bit more. Like put the tip of the scissor.
How much of this hair is it this part? No, this part I'm not touching, right? It's
right.
Just this part?
Yep, just that part.
Kind of coming inside the middle.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that people know that I'm not grabbing all of this hair. It's just
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. We're just doing that where it's like a little bit thick right there. So now I'm going to have you point the tip of the scissor towards the floor. So we're at an angle. Yep. Yep. Just lift your fingers up and go bring it against your hand a little bit more. Perfect. And let's do one chomp there. And then go a little bit lower and do another chomp. Let's do like 2 there.
Okay.
There you go. And then where those ends are, where it's a little long.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh.
No, you're fine. You're doing great. So let's go angle the same way that you just were.
Okay. Ooh. I'm sweating.
Yep, let's do one more, but tilt your tip of the scissor towards the floor. Yep, let's do one there. Okay, and then bring it all the way down, a little bit lower, and then just do like a couple chomps there. We're gonna cut off the length. But do you see there's still that like long piece on the left? It's just like
but that definitely did do.
Like, see, now there's more balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just a little tip on the left side.
Yeah.
So we want to remove that length. This is actually very satisfying and a bit nerve-wracking at the same damn time.
Here?
Yep. Yep. You got it. That's it.
Woo! They're just bangs, y'all. They're just bangs. They're gross. That's
no, but look at they're really, really pretty and really
nice. Oh yeah, I really do. It's like just more of that detail in just.
So yeah, you did it was great, and this is just like a ton. See, now you have more of an angle.
Yeah,
like short to long.
I'm not gonna lie. When I cut my bangs by myself, it was really bothering me that aspect, that one side was heavier than the other, and I didn't know how to fix it. And I was just like, I'm not gonna keep on cutting into it because I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna live with this until it grows out and then figure it out. But the fact that you made that like more balanced.
Yeah.
This is where you get a professional, guys.
So we're going to do one more little thing in that left side because I see just a little bit of heaviness that I want to take out. So I'm going to have you grab it just on its own.
This?
Yep. So like right there where you're starting to kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
So drop down some of the shorter pieces. You can let that go. Like
these on the side that are.
No, I'm sorry. I said that. So I'm just focused on the left side of your bang. So you can put the right side to, push that away. Yep. So in that section, the shorter pieces, let's push those over to the right. Yep. So just in this section right here, there's a little bit of heaviness that we can just make better.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you do, this is going to seem probably the scariest of everything I've asked you to do, but you've done it. Yes. And it hasn't been bad. So just, it's going to be good. Is everybody ready? Are your nerves racked?
You guys ready to see me chomp off my hair? Chomp.
So where you can kind of see it, there's like a thicker section.
Yeah, there's like this.
Yep. Let's pick that piece of hair up.
This right here.
Perfect. So I'm going to have you hold that hair straight up from your head and take the scissor, and we're going to do one chomp right near your scalp. I promise it's good. So I want you to come from underneath. So bring your hand like underneath. So you're coming underneath.
Oh, like this.
There. Yep, like that. And just once.
Guys, ready? Let me see.
You can do it.
Get it?
There you go. And then comb through that. So it took out some here, but now.
This is how much it took out.
Yeah. So now comb all your bangs forward. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's such a slight difference, but it makes a difference. Yeah.
Oh, you're totally right.
There's just more balance. There's still more hair on the left side, but when you really have to look to see that.
Oh yeah, you can't. I personally can't. I think it's more so because I seriously am like thinning a little bit more here naturally from the styling. That is insane.
But doesn't that look good?
It looks so good.
I knew how it was going to look, and I'm like so excited.
Yeah, you've done this so many times. I've never done this to myself. I'm just like, Just full disclaimer, because for those who just like either hopped on later on, like I've known Rosalie for 9, almost 10 years. So I would not be doing this if it was not Rosalie because I trust her. I know that this could be a little nerve-wracking for people, but the good thing is that she does it virtually. So you don't have to be in, Rosalie doesn't have to be in the city or the state that you live in.
Right.
She can do this. Yeah.
Where in the world you are, I can.
Yeah, wherever you are.
So there is a comment that says it's still thick on that side, and it's and that little piece you just had could get one more chomp. I love you guys. I freaking love you guys. That's so great.
Just chomp off all my hair, why don't you?
Just one more chomp. Yeah. No, that's the thing. So we could do that. I don't think we need to, because once we bring the rest of the hair down, there's going to be more balance. So right now we're focused so solely on this one section. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at that one section and you're seeing that it's heavier a little bit on the other side. But once we bring the hair down that comes right behind it, she has a little bit more hair on the other side. So it's going to balance out visually for everybody, and it's okay. Also, like I'm just going to go into all of the details of why we're not taking more out, because we totally could. But Jessica's eyebrow on the right side is a little bit higher than the left side. So she naturally we want there to be a little bit more openness. Like it's sort of at an angle here. So it being slightly, just the tiniest bit heavier on the left is good because it's creating a visual of like, oh, hey, like a little something. And the other thing, when I asked her at the beginning of the virtual haircut during our consultation, where she parts her hair, she often will part going over to the left.
Yes.
So we need there to be a little bit more something to anchor that. So when it's this slight of a difference, we need just a little bit of heaviness. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we're like, this is super fine tuning, super advanced hair cutting. But I just want you guys to understand like why we're not doing more there.
I want to preface too, Rosalie, like usually all of the YouTube videos that I have seen when it comes to like haircuts and not virtual haircuts, but you know, like quick and easy quarantine cuts, yada yada yada. It's very generalized, and most of them preface the fact that this is a super general cut. This isn't like to give you much of anything a style. It's just to cut off length or whatever you're looking for. So I love the fact that this is like, that this is more customized. That because you can see me, I didn't even know that one side of my eyebrow does whatever and how it frames my face, because that is such an interesting thing that you customize for each individual.
Totally. Yeah. And that's exactly it. It's like I'm taking in so much information all at once and then making decisions about those things. Thanks, Abby. And also it's like all of those different factors make a difference. And that's what elevates your style, like doing the internal layers, changing the angles of things. So now, I mean, I really probably should have pointed it out even more before we cut her bangs, because your bangs look great, really. Before, they were totally fine. Now, they're just elevated that little bit, and it just is framing your face for your face. Like, and it's just that slight tweak that really makes a difference. It takes something like from a good haircut to like an exceptional haircut, and I think that difference does matter. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah. So okay, we're almost done. So let's do drop down. So kind of like middle of there, we're gonna bring that hair forward.
Okay.
So a little less than half of the hair that's back there.
So here?
Yep, right there.
And kind of still going in a U?
Yep, we're going to take that whole section there. Yep, perfect. Yep, that's great.
Okay, and then
the same amount on the other side. Thank you guys that are still with us.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm glad that you're enjoying it too, because it's really fun. Like that's the other thing. The actual experience of it is fun. It's fun to cut hair.
Yeah, you can totally see like, look, I'm missing hair here and then it's thicker here. Which is exactly what Rosalie said. I think I did that right. Did I?
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Because I'm trying to think. Oh no, I think I took more. Hold on. In front of the. Oh,
well, thank you. Yep, that's good. You caught that. Good job.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it's.
Yeah, can you make that sort of like a straighter line?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
thank you.
Better. All right.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to do kind of similar to what we did when we were doing the hair by your ear. So can you tuck the hair that's on your left side? Just tuck that behind your ear. Just to get it out of the way, yeah. So we're going to do the right side first. And I'm going to have you comb that hair forward and over the top of your nose. Yep. Great job. So we're going to do a very similar thing. I'm going to have you take and angle your scissor into that.
Which I forgot. This is where
No,
I have to remember.
this is what I mean. You don't have to retain it.
I have to retain the information. Which angle am I going?
So I'm going to have you bring the hair away from your face a little bit, like so it's up a little higher off of your nose. And it's okay. Those shorter pieces can fall out. Just let those fall.
Okay.
There you go. Yep, let that fall. That's fine. That's short enough. So I'm going to have you hold on to the tip of the hair. So you want to hold it, like pinch it with your fingers. There you go. And then just bring your finger down to the ends a little bit more. Beautiful. And then we're going to put the scissor like on the top of your fingers.
Here?
Yep. Like that.
Straight up?
Yep. Can you kind of pull the hair over to the left a little bit more? There you go. Okay. And then now just chomp there.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chomp until it's gone?
Yep. Chomp till it's gone, but kind of move it back and forth a little bit. Keep the angle, but move it that way. Yep. There you go. That's perfect. Great job. Beautiful. Yep. Just keep, yep. Great.
My husband's probably going to be like, what does she look like right now?
Yeah, but see, now you have that nice soft.
Yes, the layer. That
Yeah.
little swoop.
Look how beautiful. That is so nice. It looks really good. Yeah, look at, see that? It's like a perfect little slanted angle.
Yeah.
It's great. Perfect. So you can tuck that side behind your ear. All right, and then we're going to take the hair that's on the left side. And so the same thing, we're going to go just totally over, like comb it forward over your face. So like right now you're combing it kind of down and over. I want you to really comb all of it over your face. So like come from the part and comb it over.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep. So even more so, like up a little higher so it's kind of over your nose. Yep, perfect. Great job. And then same thing, kind of pinch. And we're gonna go over your nose, and can you move it over to the right just a little bit more? Yep, beautiful. Can you bring your fingers down just a tiny bit more? Just a little bit more. Yep, let that hair fall, that's fine. And then we're gonna put the scissor in close to your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And just start kind of chomping there. And I'm gonna have you bring the hair even further to the right. Yep, and then, thank you. And then just chomp. Yep. Perfect. Beautiful. Great job. And then just comb through that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, just comb through it?
I'll comb through it.
That's beautiful. So there is just a little bit, so like the front pieces I think are great, but the hair that's right behind, right there, where it feels a little thick.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna have you grab from the top of your head.
Yeah.
That whole section. Yep. Perfect. So we're gonna hold that straight out to the side. Okay. Yep. And I'm gonna have you we're gonna do some chomps over here. Okay. So I'm gonna have you go underneath the hair. right at your scalp. And I want you to angle the tip of the scissor towards your right, like towards the other wall. Yeah, like that. And let's do, like, nope, let's go back towards your head. Yep. So you're trying to negotiate, get a little longer. Nope. And let's do 2 there. 1, and then move it slightly and do another one. Yep, do 1 more.
Lower?
Yep, and then can you take the scissor out of the hair, but just keep holding your hair up? Okay, I want you to go just the underneath, like at an angle so that we're not getting the top hair. So angle the tip of the scissor toward the other wall.
Like here?
Yeah. And just don't cut all the way through. We're just doing part, like the underneath.
Got it.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do 1 there. And then I'm going to have you go closer to your head again. And just the underneath stuff, can you go even closer to your head? I know it's like an awkward thing, but 1 right there. Perfect. And then go towards your fingers. Just right above your fingers. Can you tilt the tip towards the wall? Perfect. Let's do 2 there.
2 there.
Okay, and then comb through all of that.
Woo.
It's gonna feel like a lot, but it's gonna be good.
Guys, look at this.
Yeah, that's great. Looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
So what we were seeing before was just like that thicker section, and it just was kind of heavy.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to create more lightness and bounce and movement.
Oh, definitely. I feel it.
Okay. Can I have you untuck from the other side? We're just gonna look for balance. Yeah. I think it overall looks really good. I want you to pick up that section again on the left, that sort of where you just were.
Mm-hmm. The same section, kind
of? Yep, right there. Yep. So I just want to do a tiny bit more.
Okay.
So can you go right below where your fingers are?
Mm-hmm. You want me to go lower, or you just want me to?
No, just kind of go in there with your, just
Here?
below, like under your fingers.
Oh, under.
Yeah, right in there.
Same angle, like cutting.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's great. So let's do like 2 there. And then can you do on the ends of the hair, like close to the ends?
Yeah.
Let's do 1 there. And then can you put your fingers up a little higher on the hair strand? I just want a little more dangle. I know you know what I mean. I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah. Okay. So do you see where there's like the longer piece of that section?
Yeah.
Okay. So not the short stuff. If you want to drop it out or just don't cut that, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. We're
We're going to go closer to your fingers, like kind of where that curve is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see where the hair sort of curves?
Yeah, this right here.
No, I want you to go up a little. Yep, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So go a little higher with your scissor, closer to your hand. Right there. And do 1 there.
Okay.
A little higher. There you go. That's good. Okay, let's comb through that. It's perfect. This is just fine tuning.
Fine tuning.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Look at how that lays. Do you see the difference now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This feels so much better because you're right, that like extra chunk, especially when you know you have like equal amounts parted, and it's
Yeah.
like it was so heavy on this side.
Yeah. And by doing those shorter chomps like closer to your scalp, they feel scary, but what they're doing is we're putting, so now those hairs are short. So as all of your hair grows, those short hairs are growing, and then there's longer ones. So the haircut grows out so well because it's like already proportioned correctly. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Yeah, that looks perfect. So we're almost done. So let's take whatever's in that clip. We're going to take all that whole section.
This whole rest of the section. I still had a section.
Yeah.
Here. Do I split it?
Sure.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, can you bring it together in one? So before I have you do that, can you clip away all of the hair that's down in front of you?
Got it. Let me see. Put this here. We took all of this. I'm just gonna make this.
Yeah, or put it in your ponytail or whatever.
Yeah, actually, they're two clips, so I have it clipped on the side.
Perfect. So then all of that hair, I'm gonna have you comb it
to the front
forward. Yep, like how we started this section. So we're gonna ET, or no, what did you say?
Oops.
It. Why did I say ET? Extraterrestrial? No. Cousin it. Okay, great. So now all of that hair in the front. So we're gonna layer all of this stuff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you hold on to it kind of where you were so that there's a decent amount that's kind of like dangling out. So you can hold it up a little higher actually. Yeah, there you go. So what we're gonna do here is go towards where your fingers are. I'm gonna just chomp, start there, do a couple of chomps.
Like straight across?
Yeah. Yeah, hold it up a little higher. There you go.
Yeah. I can chomp it.
Be careful of your palm because you're getting close to it. There you go. Thank you. Do like 2 there. Yep, go from the other side. Perfect.
There we go.
And then let's go right below that. And we're going to do some more there. Let's do 3 there. And then can you come from the other side too? There you go. And then can you comb through and just take that stuff out? Great. All right.
Oh, this hair. You would think I'd go bald by now.
Yeah, but it's just going to look fuller than ever. Perfect. So now let's go right below. So do you see there's now how we've just cut it? There's like, it's starting to kind of taper. Like you can sort of see where those long hairs are.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go in there. And now I don't want you to go straight across. I want you to kind of use the tip of your scissor to go and cut up into it. But closer to where, like you can go towards the middle of the hair.
Like here?
Open the scissor and go just up into it a little bit more. There you go. Yep, like that. And just keep kind of chomping. Yep, and we're gonna remove the length that way.
Oh.
So what we're doing is creating a lot of variation, like a lot. So nothing is like straight across here because that is the hair we really need movement. Beautiful. Just be careful of your other hand, but you're doing great.
Yeah, this is addicting. You can just be like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good. So do you see on the right side, there's a little bit of long pieces?
Yeah.
So just kind of, yep, fluff them up and cut into those guys. And even go at an angle, like towards your right. No, like the tip of the scissor towards the right. Yeah, there you go. Just be careful of your fingers. You're getting a little jabby. Make sure that we're okay.
I'm getting a little happy there.
Yep, that's great. So do you see that there's still just like a little bit of long stuff towards the tips? Let's kind of clean some of that stuff up. Perfect. Yeah, you're doing so great.
Hey. Don't do this at home, y'all, unless you're with Ridley.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Good job. So can I have you hold the hair up higher so that there's more kind of flopping out? Yeah. So what we're going to do is kind of on the left side, there's like one little section there that seems like a little heavy. Do you see that? Right there. Yep. So where it kind of comes down into the tips are a little like thicker there. So I want you to take the scissor and we're going to do the same thing, kind of jam up into it in that area. Yep. And do just a couple of through there. Great job. Beautiful. And then, yep, just so perfect.
Okay.
Comb through that. Yeah. That is great. So then you can kind of let that sort of drop down just in front of your face. And what I'm going to have you do is grab the center of that section, like where your part is, just grab a chunk of hair there, like where it feels kind of thick. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, grab that and sort of separate that. And then you can take and push the hair that's hanging down behind your ears so you can see. Yeah. That's great. So I'm going to have you take this section and we're going to hold it up above your head. So I don't know, you might have to like, yeah, there you go. You might have to scoot back or angle us. Sorry. No, you only have two hands. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to go, can you like drop just a little bit of the front of that section out? Like yep, what would be like on your part line. Yeah.
Take it out.
Yep, and like drop that down. Yep. Perfect. Can you, is it the same on both sides? Yeah, perfect. That looks good. Okay. So we're going to do a couple chomps like right at your scalp there because this is where we're really going to want some body.
Okay.
And lift. So I'm going to have you, yep, kind of angle into it. So turn the tips of the shear towards the ceiling. Yep. Yep. And just go right in there. Do like, yep, at an angle. And let's do two there. Kind of varied. Perfect. And then can you come from the other side? It's a little awkward, but you got it.
Yeah.
Let's do two there. So one and then one a little higher. Perfect. And then I want you to go in the middle. Yep. At an angle. Perfect. Let's do two there at varying heights. Perfect. And then come from the other side. Let's do two there. Like one and then one a little higher. Perfect. And then can you pull your fingers towards the tips a little bit more?
Yeah. Point my what?
Like go closer to the ends of the hair with your fingers. There you go. Yep. Okay. So then can you go close? We're going to do a little bit more. You can like you don't have to hold it straight out. There you go. Yeah, that's fine.
And then
so we're going to go underneath your fingers and at an angle. Be careful of your finger though.
Yeah.
Maybe come down a little bit. There you go. Let's do another one. And then can you come from the other side? Let's do 2 there.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's. If you want to comb through that, can you comb the hair out? But
yeah.
then,
It got some. Holy cow! Oh my god! That's how much it was supposed to come out, right? Because I'm out.
Yep. No, you're good.
Just
okay.
Tell me that that's what it was.
That's what it was. Okay, and then drop that hair down. No, it's good.
Okay.
It's such a tiny section compared to the rest of it. There you go. See, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
But see, like, look, and now there's going to be a lot of movement. So now you can take all of your clips out and your ponytail holder out. We're done. We're going to check for balance, check for everything, but I think
people are like, yeah, Brandon, that was a lot right there in that middle. It was kind of crazy, but
yeah. But once you get all of your clips out and you move your hair around, you're going to feel that it feels so good and that you can really go like this and get a lot of body. Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys. This is the woo!
Looks so nice.
I'm a new woman. Let's see.
Yeah, just move your hands through it, move it around. How does that feel?
That feels so good. I honestly, with the amount of hair that I cut, you would have thought that I'd be bald, but it does not feel that way. I still feel like I have a lot of hair. There's a lot more movement. Yeah, it does feel super healthy, Abby. Yeah, that's definitely how it feels. The layer, I mean, it feels like it.
Look at that.
It just flows.
And do you see, like, as you're kind of moving your hair, it sort of stays, like mine is doing the same thing because you have all of the shorter hairs in the inside supporting it.
That's that. Yeah. And you know what? Like, typically when I've like shot the hairstylists that have been on set, they'll have to like tease it in order to get this kind of movement. And I haven't even curled it. I haven't done anything to this. So like I haven't even styled it.
That's what I mean. I'm so excited for you to just let it dry naturally because your wave is gonna cut. I mean, look at how you look so good. Oh my God.
Yeah, when I tell you, like, okay.
Yeah, let's see the reveal.
Not everybody, because there's still so much. I don't want anybody to freak out if when they start to cut their hair, if and when you do your own haircut with Rosalia and like you see this, do not freak out. Whoa, and this isn't even everything. It's kind of a little bit of a mess here. Thank God I pulled this to the side. I'm gonna have to do a whole kind of clean here. But yeah, this is oh my gosh, Rosalie, I love it.
But do you see what I'm saying? It has movement. It has like sexy, you know. You ended this cut looking like you have more hair than when you started.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, my hair was long. And it was great, but it's like, you know, when it gets too long and it just feels very weighted and just like droopy. And that's exactly the issue that I was having with my hair. Typically this wouldn't This doesn't bother me for it being shorter than, I mean, I've had my hair this short before, even though this is considered medium. This would be considered medium length, right?
Yeah.
Or is this still considered long? I don't even know.
It's like, it's not a lob, which would be a long bob. It's longer than that. It's like a medium length. It's, you know, close to being long hair, but now everything is like connected.
Yeah.
So as it continues to grow out, it's going to grow out in this shape. But look at how much fullness you're getting through the side.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that, everybody.
Anything. I haven't styled, I haven't done any of it. And it's just like it's laying so well.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. This is
You're so welcome. Thank you.
The great thing is, I mean, typically because, you know, I usually work with some people who want like the length or whatever, I have clip-ins. So like if you see my hair longer on certain days or whatever, this is exactly what I wanted. Something a little bit less maintenance when I wake up, and I can just like style it a lot faster, even though I have nowhere to go. But you know. And I could just clip it in and get the extensions and the length.
Can you turn around so that we can see the back and kind of move through, you know, lift it through the back and stuff? Because I want everybody to see that you can't see like a short chunk that we cut through that top. It's all connected. Everything looks, you know, look at all that movement. So pretty.
I love it. It feels amazing, to be quite honest. Sometimes when your hair gets a little long, it feels just so droopy and weighted. It almost like, you know, when you cut your hair, you just feel free and bouncy. This is exactly.
Yeah, that looks fabulous.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You did so good. Thank you so much. And you followed all the instructions really, really well. You did a great job.
Yes, Rosalie, thank you. Someone said, Rosalie is the master. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody who stayed for this. Like, I know
Yes.
it's 2.5 hours. It's been long. This is gonna stay online, obviously, so that if anybody wants to reference it, Rosalie's information is in the description box. I'm gonna link the materials that I use if in case you want to grab that, but that's something that you want to get prior to doing a cut like this.
Yeah. And I would say for most people, having the texturizing scissor, comb, and clips are the things. And then if you have a short hair, like a very short hairstyle, we might need a clipper with guards. But otherwise, like, we can basically do all haircuts with the texturizing scissor.
And I want to emphasize that with this, like, Rosalie, you can the cut, it doesn't necessarily mean that like you book Rosalie to just cut your own hair. You can also book her if you want to cut a loved one's hair, and we can walk you through you cutting someone else's hair. So for those people with children or loved ones, like older, you know, who may be older, Rosalie, I'm gonna have to probably contact you so that I can cut my mom's hair, because I would love that. She's older. Obviously, I don't want her going out. She actually, I don't know if I told you, but she had breast cancer, and it's now been about 1.5 years since her remission. So what's crazy is, obviously, you know, with chemo and everything, her hair was falling out. You know, she was bald for a while. I clipped her hair. Now, as her hair started growing back, it completely changed texture. Yeah. The texture of her hair, the fineness of her hair. She has beautiful, like, gray and black hair now, but it's growing. Like, she hasn't had a haircut since since it started growing out, so there's no shape and so she's that. I want to be able to do that for her probably sometime soon. So
yeah, I would love that. And that's exactly it. And I'm also very sensitive to someone who lost their hair and it's coming back in, it's totally different texture. It's like there's probably a different approach that needs to happen with styling and in maybe even what she uses on it. So those are all things that we can talk about and I can make recommendations for. And then also just like, yeah, if she's wanting it to get longer, if she doesn't actually want it to be, you know, much shorter, but it's more in the shaping, or like you guys watching it, if you're like, you know, I like the length, but this like internal layering thing or just changing the shape is something that's of interest to you, we can do that. Like that's the thing. It's so customizable to the individual.
Yeah, that's what I love about this. That's why it's so much better to do this versus just going, you know, on YouTube or just mimicking what I did with her, because it probably wouldn't be the same thing. Just know that, you know, because there were a lot of different things that she pointed out to me that I had that other people may not have.
Right. And it could be just as simple too as like, you know, bring the hair more over to this side or angle your scissor in this way, or, you know, those kinds of things.
In Spanish, we call it like, well, certain parts of the hair where you have like different patterns and whatnot. We call those in Spanish remolinos. Like, I don't know what they would say in English. Like, would that be more like of a cowlick? Is that an actual...
Cowlick is a term that people use where there's like swirls or
like when there's like a specific part of your hair that's kind of like tilting somewhere else, or like it's not laying the same way, or, you know, I have, you know, a child that's, you know, that has mixed pattern like curls in her hair, so the back of her hair is different than the front of her hair, things of that nature. So
totally
really important to have someone like you to kind of direct that.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Abby, for being here from beginning to end. I'm so excited for you to have this virtual cut with Rosalie. It says, Jess, your hair is no longer a virtual haircut version. No, I've done it, and I've done it all, and just so you all can see the crazy looks on my face when she cut into my scalp.
Right. And I know it's scary because it's like so foreign and seems like it's not going to be good, but everybody can see like how much fullness and just movement you have in your hair. And I mean,
because I did slightly blow dry this before. This isn't like literally my natural pattern. Like, this isn't an air dry. This was literally me drying it via blow dryer. So I'm really excited to see how it will look right after a wash.
Yeah, it's going to be so nice because you're just going to see more of your curl pattern than I think you maybe ever have.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. And yeah, I love how it frames your face. Like, that looks so pretty. Your bangs look really good. And so now looking at her full haircut, it doesn't look imbalanced. It doesn't look like one side is heavier than the other. It fully, like, we're looking at the whole picture. It looks completely balanced.
Yeah. Yay. Thank you so much for gracing me with my first YouTube. I'm glad that this was that educational for people. Hopefully people will, take some of this and apply it. Literally book Rosalie for your virtual haircut appointments, and also click like, subscribe if you don't like my channel. This is my baby channel, so hopefully it'll grow into a lot more of these lifestyle types, tips and tricks and hacks. And Rosalie, I would love to have you back because she's also a makeup queen, and we could definitely work on like some cute little hacks and other videos together.
I would love that. And I was talking this morning with Abby and saying how, like, there's different, we can do all sorts of different things, like curling. Some people have trouble with how to curl their hair and get different results, because if you start at the ends versus you start at the middle, or there's a lot of different styling things or makeup, or like,
absolutely. I've been in a chair quite a few times, a few hundred times actually.
Yeah.
In my modeling career, and I've noticed absolutely every different type of curl from and notice like where, you know, from not curling the tips to like curling
Right.
the thing. It's yeah. So thank you so much. So love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.